They invaded his dreams. The laughter grew louder, their voices sharper. You scattered us, you gave us away. Take responsibility. Some choices look harmless when desperation blinds us. This is the story of Kelvin, a young man who thought he had found a secret way out of poverty by helping strangers have children. But one night he dreamt of countless children running towards him, all with his face, and soon the dream became reality. Kelvin was 27, a graduate with a degree in business administration. For 2 years after school, he searched for a job in Lagos. He carried CVs from office to office. Some companies promised to call. Most never replied. Every rejection cut deep. His shoes wore out from trekking under the hot sun. His shirt collars faded from overuse. And every night, he returned to a small one-room apartment in Surulere, staring at the cracked ceiling, asking God if this is what life has for him. His mother, who sells tomatoes at the market, depended on him. His younger siblings looked up to him, but Kevin was tired of watching their expectation turn to disappointment. One evening, his best friend Jide tried to cheer him up, encouraging him to calm down, that everything would eventually get better. But Kelvin muttered under his breath, saying that maybe God has forgotten him. One afternoon in a cyber cafe, while scrolling through job boards, Kelvin saw an unusual advert. Young men needed, good pay, confidential. Curiosity pushed him to click. It led to a hospital website, a place that, according to the page, helped couples who couldn't have children. Kelvin frowned. At first, it sounded odd, but then he saw the payment figures. The money was enough to pay rent, support his mother, even put food on the table for months. That night, he couldn't sleep. His stomach growled from hunger, his head pounded from stress. The next morning, he found himself at the hospital gate. Inside the hospital, a doctor in a white coat welcomed him warmly. "Young man, you're not doing anything wrong. You're helping families who are desperate to hold a child, and we will compensate you well. Nobody will ever know." Kelvin hesitated. His morals wrestled with his desperation, but in the end, hunger won. He signed the forms. Walking out of the hospital that day, envelope in his hand, he told himself, "It's just science. I'm helping people. What's the harm?" At first, life improved. Kevin paid his overdue rent. He bought rice, yam, and oil for his mother's kitchen. He even gave his siblings pocket money. For the first time in years, he didn't feel like a failure. When neighbors asked how he suddenly had money, he smiled and said, "Small contract work." His mother even praised him in church. "My son, they try for me. God bless him." Kelvin felt proud. He returned to the hospital again and again. Each time, the envelopes got fatter. Each time, his guilt grew thinner. He thought he had beaten poverty until dreams began. The first time, he dreamt he was standing in a wide field. The air was still. Then he heard laughter, children's laughter. From the horizon, dozens of kids came running towards him, their voices echoing. Kelvin smiled at first until he saw their faces. They all looked like him. Boys, girls, toddlers, teenagers, different ages, but the same nose, the same eyes, the same dimpled smile. "Daddy," they screamed, rushing to him. Kelvin woke up in shock, drenched in sweat. He sat up, heart pounding. Just a dream, maybe stress. But the next night, it happened again. This time, more children. Some held his hands, some tugged his shirt, some cried, "Why did you leave us?" By the third week, the field was full. Hundreds of children surrounded him, chanting, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." One Sunday afternoon, Kelvin and his mother were leaving the church compound when he saw a small boy playing near the gate. Kelvin froze. The boy was his exact copy at 6 years old. Same gap tooth, same manner of running. His mother laughed. "See this fine boy," but Kevin's blood ran cold. Later that week, at the supermarket, a girl of about 10 years brushed past him. When the girl turned and smiled, the dimple on her cheek was his. It kept happening at the bus stop, in malls, on the street. Everywhere, Kevin saw children who looked like him. One evening in the market, a little boy grabbed his trousers and whispered, "Daddy, where have you been?" Kevin dropped his basket, trembling. His mother stared at him. "Which pikin be this, Kelvin? You dey hide something?" He shook his head violently, but inside, panic consumed him. Kelvin stopped going out. He locked his windows, shut his curtains, and isolated himself. But the children didn't stop. At night, they invaded his dreams. The laughter grew louder, their voices sharper. "You scattered us, you gave us away. Take responsibility." Kevin woke up screaming almost every night. Neighbors complained. His mother wept. Today, his best friend, visited him one evening and found him crouched in the corner, eyes wide. "They keep coming," Kelvin whispered. "My children." Jide frowned. "Guys, which children? You dey craze?" Kelvin answered with a cracked voice. "The ones I sold." One stormy night, Kelvin sat in darkness, rocking back and forth. Rain battered the roof. Lightning flashed through the cracks of his curtain. Then came the knock. At first, the knock was soft, then louder. Children's voices rose outside the door. "Daddy, open for us," Kelvin screamed, covering his ears. But when he turned towards the mirror on the wall, his blood froze. The room was full. Dozens of children, their eyes wide, their hands reaching out. "Why don't you want us? Why did you scatter us?" Kevin dropped to his knees, sobbing. "I was desperate. I just wanted money. I didn't think it would follow me." The children crowded closer, voices overlapping. "Take responsibility, take responsibility." The mirror cracked. Darkness swallowed the room. The next morning, Jide found Kevin unconscious on the floor. He was alive but shattered. From that day, Kevin changed. He never returned to the hospital. Instead, he began volunteering at orphanages, monitoring fatherless children, tutoring children in his community. He told himself, "If he cannot find them all, I can at least give love to one or two out there." But at night, he was never fully free. Sometimes in the silence, he still heard faint laughter. Sometimes in crowded places, he caught glimpses of faces too familiar. He knew the consequences of his choice could never be erased, but he also knew he would never run again. This story teaches us that desperation can put us into choices that money alone cannot cover. What feels like a secret today may haunt us tomorrow. So before making decisions in a haste, remember, some choices cannot be undone. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Until the next one, stay safe and think twice before giving away what you cannot take back.